Hi, welcome back to my channel. If you are new, welcome. The project for today is a baby blanket, and for this blanket I'll be using the stitch called the Arruga stitch, and now this stitch is worked in a multiple of 2, and for this pattern I made the chain in multiples of 2 plus 3, and the edging is called the crochet wave edging stitch. That's the edging. Now as I've completed this blanket, I'll be using this color thread, which I hope is gonna show up very well on the video, so you can see the stitches, and I'll make a small swatch of the stitch so you can see exactly how I've completed my blanket project. Now for the small swatch, I'm gonna crochet. Okay, before that I'll be using a 5mm crochet hook. Hope you can see this clearly. 5mm. I also have a yarn needle that I'll be using to tie in all my loose ends at the end of the project to tidy it up, and I also have a small scissors. Okay, so for this project I'm using the red. This is Karen Simply Soft that I'm using just to make the small swatch. So as I've said before, we're going to be working with a multiple of 2 plus 3 as a turning chain. So I'm going to crochet a length of 16 chains. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, I've completed the 16 chains plus the 3 that I'll be using as a turning chain. So for this pattern, I'm going to make 1 double crochet in the 4th chain from the hook. So we're going to count 1, 2, 3, and 4. And this turning chain 3 is regarded as a double crochet. So I made 1 double crochet in the next stitch, and I'm going to make 1 double crochet in each stitch all the way across. So I'll be back to show you what the next step is like after I've completed all these double crochets. Okay, I've completed my chains, my double crochet, sorry. And as I mentioned, this is just a swatch to show you how to make the Arruga stitch, because this is going to be a repeat pattern. But for my blanket, I crocheted a chain of 122 plus 3 as the turning chain. And now for this small swatch, I crocheted 16 chains plus 3 as a turning chain. So now this is row 1. We're going to move on to row 2 now, and we're going to chain 1, and we're going to turn our work, and it says to chain 1 and turn, and we're going to make a single crochet in the first stitch, And now we're going to be working with front post and back post single crochets. So around this first double crochet, we're going to make a back post single crochet. So to make the back post single crochet, we're going to insert our hook from behind, pull through a yarn, and complete a single crochet in the normal way. Then we're going to make a front post single crochet around this other double crochet from the previous row. And for the front post, we're going to insert a hook from in front of the stitch. We're going to pull through our loop, and we're going to complete our single crochet in a normal way. We're going to complete another back post. So this is an alternating stitch. So it's a back post single crochet, a front post single crochet, a back post single crochet, and so on all the way across this strip. So let me make one more back post, and I'll leave you to complete the others if you are following along with your blanket stitch, with your blanket. So back post single crochet, we're going to make a front post around this other post, and I'm going to make another back post single crochet around that post. So it's alternating, it's a back post, front post, back post, front post. So I'm going to complete all these other front post and back post single crochets, and I'll meet you back at the end of this row. Okay, I've now completed all the back post and front post single crochets all across, and we've now reached to the chain 3 turning chain from the previous row. So what we have to do is make a single crochet in the top of that beginning chain 3. So we insert our hook in the top of that beginning chain 3, and we make a single crochet. Now we're going to move on to row number 3, and before we move on, we're going to chain up 3, 1, 2, 3, which is a turning chain. We're going to turn our work around, and we're going to make one double crochet in each stitch all the way across. This is row 3. So we're going to make a double crochet in every stitch all the way across. So I'm going to continue making a double crochet in every stitch across, and I'll meet you back when I reach to the end of this row, and we'll go on to row number 4. Okay, I've reached to the end of this row. So what we're going to do is to make a double crochet in the last stitch, which was the single crochet from the previous row. So we're going to make our last double crochet in this single crochet from the previous row. So we've just completed row number 3, and row number 4 will be similar to row number 2. So we're going to chain 1, and we're going to turn our work, and we're going to single crochet in the first stitch, and now instead of making a back post double crochet as we did for row 2, we're gonna make a front post. We're gonna start with a front post single crochet, sorry, for row number 4. So we're gonna make a front post. We enter the hook from in front to behind, pull up a loop, complete our single crochet in a normal way. We're going to make a back post around this other stitch. It's a front post and a back post, and we're going to make a front post over this other stitch. These are alternating. So we're going to complete all these front post and back post single crochets alternatingly all the way across until we get to the last stitch. And I'll complete these and I'll be back with you at the end of this row to go on to row number 5, which is the final row for this stitch pattern. Now this will be a repeat pattern. So the pattern will be from rows number 2 to row number 5. Between rows 2 and 5 will be the repeat pattern until you have reached the desired length of your blanket, sorry. So I'm going to continue on with row 4 and I'll meet you back at the end and we'll move on to row number 5. I've now made it to the end of row number 4. So what we're going to do now, we're going to make a single crochet in the top of the beginning chain 3. And for row number 5, we're going to chain up 3. 1, 2, 3. We're going to turn our work around, and as we did for row number 3, we're going to put 1 double crochet in each stitch all the way across. Just 1 double crochet in each stitch all the way across. So I'll continue making a double crochet in each stitch all the way across, and I'll meet you back at the end. Okay, I've made it across for row number 5, which is the last row of this pattern stitch. So we're going to make the last double crochet in the single crochet from the previous row. Okay, this completes row 5. This is what the pattern is looking like so far. So since this is a repeat pattern and we have to repeat rows 2 to 5 for as long as we want our blanket, now we're going to chain 1 and we're going to turn our work around, and we're going to repeat rows 2 to 5 for the length of our project. So I'm going to repeat rows 2 to 5 twice, and I'm going to come back and I'm going to show you how to complete the edging for the blanket. So I'll meet you back after I've completed rows 2 to 5 twice. Okay, I've now reached to the end of row 5 for the second time around. I've completed rows 2 to 5 twice, since that's our repeat pattern. And now we should always end our project well on row 5, and instead of breaking the yarn, and we have now reached the corner, we're going to put 3 double crochets in this corner. So we already have 1, so we'll put 2 more because we are now getting ready to do the edging. Now these 3 double crochet allow for a smooth transition to crochet along the other edge of the blanket. And now we're going to put one, we're going to evenly space on this side, because as you can see, these are the turning chains and they're not specifically defined. So what we're going to have to do now, in the single crochet row, we're going to put 1 double crochet, and on the DC row, this is DC post, we're going to yarn over, we're going to go through the stitch, the upper part of the stitch, we're going to make a double crochet, yarn over, and the bottom half of the stitch, we're going to go through the stitch itself, and we're going to make a second double crochet. So after that is completed, we're going to double crochet in the single crochet space, we are now walking along the other edge, going down, going across. So we've now come to the other double crochet post on the side. We're going to go in through the stitch, the upper part of the stitch. I'm going to make 1 double crochet, we're going to go in through the bottom part of the stitch, we're going to make another double crochet. So in essence, what we are doing on the double crochet round, the single crochet round, sorry, we're going to put a double crochet in that space. You can see the space right there. And on the double crochet post, we're going to fit 2 double crochets in this stitch, but in between the stitch itself, not in the space, because this will create a huge gap. So we'll be walking in the stitch, the upper part of the stitch and the lower part of the stitch. So we're going to continue all around. We have 2 more corners. When you reach to the other corner, you put 3 double crochets in that corner, and you now this edge is well defined. You can easily put your double crochets in each stitch, all across, and remember, when you reach the corner stitch, you put 3 double crochets. And now this other side is the side where you have the other turning chains. So you're gonna double crochet in the single crochet row, and the double crochet post, you're gonna put 2 double crochets in that post, 1 on the upper part and 1 in the lower part of the post, but in the stitch itself, not in the space. So I'm going to leave you to continue with your double crochets all around the edge of your blanket, and I'll meet you back. Now for my blanket, I made 72 rows. I don't know how long you're gonna want your blanket, but make sure your double crochet round for the last goes all around with 3 double crochets in each corner stitch. So I'm going to meet you back when all these double crochets have been made. Okay, I've now made it around to where we began. So now on this corner, we need to put 2 more double crochets, because here is the first one when we started the row. So we're gonna go into the bottom of that row. We're gonna put 2 more double crochets in that same space, and then we're gonna slip stitch in the top of the same chain 3 as we begun the row, where we begun the row. So we're gonna go up to the first double crochet, sorry, the top of the first double crochet. We're gonna make a slip stitch. Okay, this is the end of the row, where will be the base for our edging. This is what it's looking like. It's a very nice pattern, which is called Arruga stitch. And now we're gonna get ready to do our edging, and the edging is called the wave, the crochet wave edging. Now the crochet wave edging, that will be done in the multiples of 4. So we're gonna chain up 3. 1, 2, 3. We're gonna make 1 double crochet in each of the next 3 stitches, because it's in multiples of 4. It's 1, 2, and 3. Here we have our 4 double crochets to start. Now we're going to chain 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. We're going to turn our work around, and the top of this chain 3 that we just made, we're going to make a single crochet. It is so difficult sometimes to get it hooked through. So we're going to make a slip stitch. I hope you can see what I'm doing. Then we're going to chain 1. Then we're going to turn our work back around. And this chain 4 space that was just created, we're going to put 7 double crochets in that space, that chain 4 space. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. 7 double crochets. And next step, we're gonna make a double crochet in each of the next 4 double crochets. So we'll go over to the other double crochet, the other double crochet, 1, 2, 3, and 4, and we're going to put a double crochet in each of those double crochets. And over, it's 1, 2, 3, and 4. We're gonna turn our work around. Sorry, we're gonna chain 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. We're gonna turn our work around. And in the bottom right here in this stitch, we're gonna insert our hook like this. We're gonna yarn over. We're gonna bring through the stitch on the hook. We're gonna make a slip stitch. Then we're gonna chain 1. Then we're gonna turn our work back around. And we have another chain 4 space created. And in this chain 4 space, we're gonna put 7 more double crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. And chain 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. We're going to turn our work around. Sorry, I did the wrong thing. We don't do the chain 4 as yet. After making the 7 double crochets in the chain 4 space, we're going to go across. We're going to put 1 double crochet in each of the next 4 double crochets. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. And now we make a chain 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And we turn our work around. And in this stitch right here, we're gonna insert our hook. We're gonna yarn over. We're gonna pull through and make a slip stitch. Then we're gonna chain 1. Then turn our work back around. And now we'll be working in this chain 4 space again. And in this chain 4 space, we're going to put 7 double crochets. And let me show you what the edge is looking like so far. This is what it's looking like. So let me make a few more with you. In this chain 4 space, we're going to put 7 double crochets. 1, 'Kay, we have 7 double crochets. Now we're going to come across. We're going to make 1 double crochet in each of the next 4 double crochets. Double crochets, chain 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, turn your work around and find the bottom stitch again right here, insert your hook, pick up your thread and you make a slip stitch, and you chain 1, turn your work back around, you have another chain 4 space, and you put your 7 double crochets as usual, and then you come across and you put a double crochet in each of the next 4 stitches, 4 double crochets in each of the next 4 double crochets. That's 1 double crochet, sorry, in each of the next 4 double crochets. So you have 1, 2, 3, and 4, and you repeat this all the way around what I just showed you, all the way around. And let me show you what the pattern is looking like. The wave stitch, it's a pretty edging. So I'll continue on, and I'll show you when I reach around how to end it off. So I'll meet you back when I get to the end of this edging row. Okay, I've now made it back around. This is what it's looking like. So this is what it looks like at the end. So now how we're gonna end off, we're not gonna go in this corner, but we're gonna go over in this corner. We're gonna insert our hook, we're gonna pull through, make a slip stitch, and that's it. And you chain 1, and now we'll take our yarn needle and stitch that hanging thread. So now this is what the edging is looking like. This is called a wave stitch. It's looking real nice. And this is the Arruga stitch. This is what your blanket is going to be looking like. It's a very nice stitch. And your edging is the wave stitch. I hope you understood, what was going on. And you can rewind the video and see exactly how to make your stitches. The full written instructions is going to be in the description box. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Please like, leave any comments, and don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already done so. Thanks again for watching. See you in my next project. Bye.